everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today I am not talking about anything that is related to beauty. I thought it would be a good idea to do some educational videos. This one's going to be based around the LGBTQ community because I believe education is acceptance, education is understanding. So I'm going to walk you through some definitions of who's in the community. I won't name everything. There's a lot. I'm also going to give you some categories that are within the lesbian community, such as stud, femme, lipstick, lesbian, and STEM. I'm going to walk you through all of that. So if you're interested in watching and knowing about the community that I am involved in, keep on watching. Alright, first we're going to start talking about definitions, which I wrote down because honestly there is a lot to know and there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't have a ton of knowledge about. So not even myself really, but I researched it and I knew that they were part of the community. Can I tell you right off the top of my head yet? No, but I'm learning right along with you guys. Okay, the first thing I'm going to talk about is agender. It's a person with no connection to traditional systems of gender, which is amazing. So they are outside this little box that the community tries to put us in, that society forces us into. They do not conform to being the traditional male or being the traditional female, which is absolutely amazing. Another thing that I would like to tell you about is gender fluidity. It's a flow between the two traditional genders. So they flow between dressing like a male or flowing between dressing like a female, or they're right in the middle. Also in the LGBT community, there is a thing called sexuality fluidity, which is when someone changes back and forth or changes their sexual orientation. So throughout their life, they may be straight, and then they go into the middle of life and they decide they're bi, and then they decide they're lesbian, or they decide they're transsexual or whatever, and it just kind of flows throughout your life, just like anything else changes. Like the size of our body, we eat more sometimes in our life, or we lose weight sometimes in our life. That's kind of how it flows with their sexuality, which makes complete sense because we are changing every day. We also, in the community, we have allies. Allies are people who are not part of our community, of the LGBTQ community, yet they support us. So, such as like my straight best friend, she supports the LGBTQ community, but she's straight. Another definition that I would like to give you all is a romantic. This is a person who has very little need or no need at all to be in a romantic relationship. This person could actually be straight, but because it's different than everybody else in the world or what we traditionally think in our society, they are actually part of the LGBTQ community. Another thing is asexual is a person who experiences little or no sexual attraction to others. So this person has no need to have sex with anyone. This person has no need really to, get dirty. Definition that I would like to give you is a bigender. It's a person who fluctuates between traditional women and men. This one, they actually follow the system, which kind of sounds like a STEM, which I will tell you later on what a STEM is in the video. Another definition that I would like to give you is bi-curious. I'm pretty sure you all pretty much know about this definition. It is a person who is like interested or curious about the LGBTQ community and is really interested in having experiences or attractions to the same sex as them. One is bisexual. Bisexual people are people who like both genders, so they like the same sex as them, and they also like the opposite sex. They find attraction to both genders. Another definition that is part of the LGBTQ community is cross-dressers. That is someone who wears the opposite sex's clothing. I really don't like the word cross-dresser because they have put a ton of negative energy on that word, but that is still what it's called. That is what the definition in this real word is called. And if you really think about it, you don't need to put any negativity to that definition or to that word and what it means.
Another definition is genderqueer. That is a person who's non-conforming to any type of identity, so they don't really categorize. They don't
really place themselves into a category. A lot in my community is people are outed on a daily basis. Outing is when someone tells a lot of people, or just even one person, about someone's sexual orientation and kind of outing them without their permission. So they're telling people about their sexual orientation when they have no permission, or the person did not tell them that they're allowed to tell other people. That is a personal thing, especially when you are basically being tortured on a daily basis because you don't fit into the traditional way of thinking in our society. Okay, passing is something that I actually have. People can look at me and say and assume that I'm straight when I'm really not. There are people in the gay community who cannot pass as straight because either they're a girl who dresses like a male or they're a boy who dresses like a female. Another definition is queer. It's an umbrella term to describe individuals who don't identify as straight. So that's trans, gay, lesbian, bisexual. We are all queer. That's just one big definition to describe everyone in the LGBTQ community. Transgender is a person who is biologically female, but they know that they feel male, or they're biologically male and they feel as if they are, or they actually are female. So they have to sometimes transition, sometimes they don't. Transsexual, a person psychologically feels like they're in the wrong gender. The sex that they were assigned to does not fit who they are. Transsexual is a term that means that you do not feel, or you are not the gender that you were born into. Two-spirited. Two-spirit is something actually really, really empowering for the gay community. Umbrella term traditionally used by Native American people to recognize individuals who possess qualities to fulfill both gender roles. Now I'm going to be talking about the categories that are in the lesbian community. So first I'm going to talk about a stud. A stud is someone who is more masculine, and obviously it's a female who's more masculine, so sometimes they wear boy clothes and they like to take the male role. That's what a lot of people like to call it, but actually they're just a little more dominant. Now I'm going to talk about a stem. A stem is someone who likes to be girly some days and likes to wear boy clothes, and they can be either submissive or they can be dominant. There also is a femme. I'm a femme. It is a girl who fits the way that society thinks a girl should act, and actually fits what society thinks a girl should look like and act, but actually they are gay and they like females. And then there's a lipstick lesbian. A lipstick lesbian is someone who is extremely feminine. They wear dresses, they wear heels, they wear makeup, glam makeup every day, and they like curls. All of these different categories of girls mix and match and date each other, but I can tell you the usual matchups. Femmes and lipstick lesbians usually date studs and stems. And that's usually how they go. There's usually submissive with dominant with submissive. That's how our society has set things up. But sometimes you get two dominants together and you get two submissives together. Sometimes it's not always what everyone thinks it is, and that's okay. The lesbian community is very much like the world. Like, sometimes heterosexual couples, the male is the submissive and the woman is the dominant. Like, it's all flowing and it's all different and no one is the same. That is all I have to say. I thank you so much for watching. I hope I educated you about some of the stuff. I'm learning right alongside of you. This stuff is very important to know as a younger kid, so you can pick what identity you want to be as an adult, to even figure out if you didn't identify right at a certain age, and also as a parent, because your child could be going through these things. The world is going through these things. So I'm very happy that you guys sat through this video and listened to what I had to say about this topic. There will be more videos about the LGBT community, and I'm also going to talk about the Black community, and I just think education is a good way to accept others. And thank you so much for watching. Please comment if you have any questions. Please comment your stories. Please comment if I missed your identity. I'm sorry. And please share so others can learn about this topic, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.